Hello, beautiful wisdom women. It's Nadine. I am following up from our call on Friday, sending a video message, and it's been such a long time since I've made a video. I think, as most of you know, I've been really sick, so I'm still coming out of it. But I wanted to follow up on a couple things. One was the dream I had about our upcoming gathering at Esalen, and the other thing was what Rebecca had brought up about sharing some of our stories of how wisdom women have touched us. And again, since I've been not feeling well, I don't feel like writing on the computer right now, but I feel very called to just speak what wisdom women has been to me. And because I've rarely been this touched by something so deeply. So I wanted to start with the dream I had. So first of all, I'm so excited to see some of you at Esalen coming up. Yay, our third annual gathering. So the night before our call, I had this dream, and I was getting ready for the womb temple and the rite of passage, little introduction that we were going to do. And the amazing thing was, everyone showed up. And the thing that I noticed the most was the young girls. So all of a sudden there was these like young women who showed up, and they had so many gifts to bring. And then the other interesting thing about this dream was that there was all of these men. There was tons and tons of men who showed up, and actually the men outweighed the women. And so I remember sitting there, and each of you were there too. Like, you guys would come in, Matima was there, Michelle and Margie, Angie showed up. Like, many of your faces were coming also. But the interesting new wave was these young women, and then all of these men. And so, because this was the one piece that I'm leading, holding space for, as I had all these things planned out, it was so sweet because everyone else was already ready and prepared also. Like, the men were just like, yeah, we've got this. We know how to show up for ceremony. We know how to show up to meet you. We're ready. We've been like wanting you to show up too. And same with the girls. The girls had this song that they wanted to sing. They had things they wanted to bring. And anyway, so it was a really profound and beautiful dream. And it's speaking, I think, on the bigger picture of what is unfolding with wisdom women. So I just wanted to share that dream. And on my own experience around wisdom women, Rebecca had said, what if we shared some stories? Oh gosh, and this is going to be a longer video than I wanted, but maybe some of you will watch it. So the first year I went to Esalen, the first visionary gathering of wisdom women, I remember going there, and part of me had my my psychologist, skeptical mind, a little bit of, oh, I don't know. But every single moment that I was there, I saw little glimmers of things that were being done differently. One of the things were the different altars and the different sacred spaces around Esalen, the messages, the feelings that were woven in and out. And another very important part for me was every morning I would get up early and go to the baths, and I'd always sit in the bath with this beautiful, dynamic woman, and who it ended up being was Gina Ogden, who is, kind of a leader in my field, one of my heroines. So every morning I got to speak with her, and it had a profound impact on me and my career path in many ways. And it was something that Michelle had spoken to about what the vision was for Wisdom Women, is that over the weekend you might have a conversation with someone and it might turn into something bigger. And so from that very first gathering, that's what Wisdom Women has been like. It's been like these magical synchronicities that have been helping me expand and expand. So that was the first gathering. And then I wasn't planning on going to the first Tara Mandala gathering in Colorado because I had, all the same story. I'm busy, I don't have enough money to go, I can't, blah, blah, blah. And then very soon before, maybe a couple of weeks, I literally woke up in the middle of the night one night saying, I have to be at Tara Mandala. And I still wasn't I was involved. I became like a founding member right away. I was, paying my money, contributing. But it was still kind of new in the Wisdom Women process. But I literally woke up and I was like, I have to be at Tara Mandala. And anyway, so the next morning I got a flight, made it happen. I got there, and in the emergent field of just the women showing up, and we all have these diverse backgrounds and specialties, I said that I'd be open to leading an afternoon. And I felt so supported by Michelle and Mutima and the other women there to simply like bring myself, bring my work, show up. It was this moment where I felt more supported than I've ever felt. And I've been doing work with women and women's circles and people for, oh my God, I guess over 25 years now. But I felt supported to be authentically in the moment and bring myself. So from that, after that, the councils began to develop, and I was invited to co-counsel, co-steward with Mutima on sacred sexuality, because I feel that it's such a foundational piece of women's, we come back to our body, we come back to the sacredness of this temple. And the sexuality, weaves out into so many things like, how the childbirth system is done, sex education and how we treat the planet, so much. So that was my passion. Second visionary gathering at Esalen, same thing. This time we had the councils, and it was such an honor to begin to get to know Mutima better. Mutima, and having the true honor of getting to know her over the last few years has been incredible in my life. And I have so much respect for her, and every conversation that's had when I'm in the presence of her really helps to elevate me and encourage and inspire me to be the best version of myself. So I'm just going to put that there. And I feel the same way about Michelle. Knowing Michelle has been remarkable in the soft, quiet ways that you get to know someone over years. We always come together for this like greater purpose. And through that coming together, being committed to something bigger than ourselves, you get to know the little quirks and personalities of people in a slower way. And there's something so nourishing about that and so deepening about that. And what I really love about Michelle is Michelle's capacity to see other human beings, and in particular see women, and really want to hold a space for them to thrive. Anyway, so that just came in. But the second visionary gathering at Esalen was amazing. And from there, we did the council calls, and they tended to fade off towards the second half of the year. And this year, my intention after Esalen is to actually reignite those, whether it's in a council call or the Wisdom Womb temples, I'm not sure, but to actually put more time into keeping Wisdom Women going in this thread. The second Tara Mandala gathering was incredible. Costa Rica was incredible. And so why Wisdom Women is important to me? It's a place where I've never been in the presence of, across the field, a caliber of women who are all truly dedicated to how do we make the world a better place? How do we really look at our systems, look at the world, and what can we do so that our children, our grandchildren, and the generations and generations and generations after us will have a better life? They will not be struggling with some of our same struggles, both socially and on the larger collective level too. So looking at all of these different aspects of life, politics, healthcare, education, media, all of these things that are that are influence in our lives, diversity. So I really think I've been involved in so many different women's movements, women's groups, collectives, and nothing has hit me like Wisdom Women. So, there's the bigger picture of it, of what's really possible as a collective. And within that, there's all of these personal relationships that I have been developing. And some of them are also professional. I could list all of the people God, and there's like over 20 women that I've really, really deepened with, that I've either road tripped with or traveled with to some of these gatherings. Some have become clients of mine in one way or another. I've become clients of some others in one way or another. There's a couple of women that I'm going to be collaborating with. It's just phenomenal. And the other day, I was talking to my son about some things that are happening with his college, and then, like, at the same time, on our Wisdom Women group, a woman in our group posted something about some teenagers in her community that have committed suicide and wanting to step in to do something about it. And so, to me, that is the essence of Wisdom Women, is that we are literally rising up. We're looking around. We're not coming together to bitch about our husbands or our partners, or to bitch about, the system. We're not coming together to get drunk and check out. We're coming together to actually weave a new world, to have the conversations and the visions that can create a better world. How do we encourage ourselves, our children, to be authentic, to come forward with the truth, to do the right thing? How to create a world where no one has to worry about being hustled or raped, or we don't have to worry about sexism and racism and classism, all of these things. How do we really hold space for each other and others to be authentic and to do the right thing, and how good that feels to do the right thing? Because in my experience, the world as a collective, there's been this pressure to get ahead, to compete, to all of these things, and it's not working. To repress the feminine, that's clearly not working. And so we have this opportunity right now to rise and to change things, and that's what I see happening. All right, so I'll stop. This has been really long, but I was inspired to just be authentic and just to share a little bit of my story. I so love Wisdom Women, and it does impact so many parts of my life. And actually, I'm leaving a job. I'm leaving the psychology, mental health care system, mostly so that I can devote more time to Wisdom Women and what is being cultivated here. And because I no longer feel that I am in mind, body, and soul alignment to be working in that system any longer. And so even though I have the same story going on, like, oh, finances and this, and that, like, it does no longer feel in integrity and alignment to keep working in a system that is looking at illness, first of all, from a sick care system, but also as a commodity. It's just simply something is not right there. So, yeah, I'm ready to put more time into collaborating with other people, into creating something new, because it isn't just about me. It's not just about my family. It's about the greater, beautiful world that we live in. All right. I love you all so much. If you've listened to this, thank you. I was inspired by Rebecca, and I wanted to share my dream, and I just wanted to remind all of you how deeply you each affect me, how much I trust you. I trust women within Wisdom Women. Like, I really do. There's this fundamental trust. I know I can reach out to people and collaborate, and that means the world to me. And yes, sometimes there's little grievances, but in my experience, there's so little compared to things I've experienced with other women's circles and groups. And for the most part, I feel that every woman I've met who comes through Wisdom Women is authentically kind of living out this, I'm going to say priestess role, but no one's like talking about it. No one needs to be acknowledged or dress up or something. We're each kind of coming forward as these grounded, holy women, kind of merging heaven and earth, but doing it in a very practical way. So I really appreciate that. And I love you all. I'll see you soon. Please forgive me for being out of touch. I think part of this deep sickness I've been going through is really letting go of that paradigm of the medical healthcare system and of the psychology that has not been it just hasn't been, I don't want to say working for me, but I'm seeing it is not working for the collective. All right. See you guys soon. Love you. Bye.